So for this reason, ask yourself, well, where you're looking for correlation. And maybe Fabio, you can say something about this. If you trade oil, I think Uso is
Yeah.
a good, this is something good for correlation. So you
Yeah.
can maybe plot Uso on your CL future. So then you have to calculate the ratio or something like this, but you have to look for yourself for the correlation. What is the best correlation for you?
Yeah, and I think to add that, Patrick, we're going to come up with a new version of the indicator where you would have the flexibility to add levels to basically any asset. So essentially, let's imagine that you want to do Nvidia on QQQ, right, or NQ, because there's a high correlation. So Nvidia moves, the Nasdaq moves, right? So you'll be able to do that. Or Tesla, right? Same thing. So we are developing the indicator that will allow you to have greater flexibility and obviously avoid the manual process that obviously Patrick is doing right now. So it will be much, much easier. So the indicator is in the works. Hopefully we will have it very soon, but stay tuned on that.
Yeah, and I can give you a last point about the correlation. So we have I think on Wednesday, we have Nvidia earnings. So what I'm doing starting from tomorrow, when I'm looking to the NQ, I'm plot also the Nvidia gamma levels or Q levels on my NQ chart, because now it's become very interesting to see the correlation between the Nasdaq and Nvidia, especially few days before earnings and few days after earnings, especially on the last day. Then we have the 1-day expected move, what could be very high on the Nvidia, and this is really interesting to see how big can maybe the NQ going based on the 1-day expected move from Nvidia in ratio with the NQ. This is only some small hack, but at the end, what I want to tell you with this is you can do whatever you want. It's based on your side. It's only an idea, the blind spot. How do you deal with this? It's part on you.
And do you want to
And
show, Patrick, maybe very quickly on kind of like how you plot them in the chart, like Simon is
yeah,
up?
yeah, of course. So here's the Discord. We go to the query boot and let's put on SPX. So I'm using the SPX, copy, go to Google Keep, take in my new notes, and this is the normal one, yeah? So what I'm basically doing is I put on SPX to every level so that I know this is SPX, yeah? And then before I copy paste this, I add this one here and put in NDX. This is very important that you change the first name. So the first name is normally SPX, but we want this to NDX. This is why we use it as ratio, and this is why we we manipulate the trading view indicator for the blind spots. And
Yeah, and
then
the reason to answer that is really because the indicator right now only plots NDX and QQQ levels on NQ.
yeah,
So that is why Patrick is really using that functionality. But again, soon we will have the ability to do it automatically. So
yeah, and for all of you, it's now a habit for me that I post every morning all the levels that you can see here, NDX, SPX, in the futures trading room that you have only copy paste this. I post also my ratios, what ratio I'm using. Most of the time I'm using the fixed ratio, you know it, because I'm using it as support and resistance. And then the only thing what you have to do is copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and that's it.